packed out by people who have no intention of actually taking up that position, but are just doing it to game the system.
Yes, that's Dr. Ben Spencer, Tory MP for Runnymede and Weybridge. But anyway, hello there, and I do hope you're all well, and I do hope you all had a fantastic weekend too. Now, this is last week's Works and Pensions Committee meeting, you know, the one where our Pensions Minister said he'd never spoken to somebody who's been sanctioned. Yes, that's the one. Well, it's our warm-hearted former NHS mental health consultant who asked two questions. Now, the first question sounds a little dodgy, but the second question really sums up everything about this extreme Brexit Tory government. And I would also say, saying the quiet bit out loud as to what they think about us plebs.
Thank you, Chairman, and good morning, Secretary of State. Just two quick questions. One is, would you agree with me that it's perfectly reasonable to expect people who are fit for work, able to work, to attend interviews as part of the process to go return to work, and their receipt of benefit should be contingent on that? And my second question is, I've got businesses who tell me all the time that they have difficulties with recruitment because they end up getting interview slots packed out by people who have no intention of actually taking up that position, but are just doing it to game the system to make sure they can show evidence that they've attended interviews. And will your work to sort of tighten the sanctions regime going forwards look into to make sure that there are people can't game the system, and make sure that people who are in receipt of benefits fit for work can demonstrate that they are trying to get into work?
Okay. I'll save you the nonsense of his reply because he don't really say anything interesting. But there you have it. If you're someone who lives in Runnymede and Weybridge, trying desperately to find employment and on universal credit, he thinks you're playing the system, swinging the lead, a lazy, layabout, good-for-nothing waster. I would have asked him, who are these companies avalanched by lazy so-and-sos who find living about 300 or 400 quid a month far more enticing than these high-skilled, high-wage jobs that our Spaffer kept promising and this extreme Brexit Tory government promises as well? Now, I know somebody who's on universal credit. His work coach told him about a packaging firm who needed extra hands, a 2-week trial to see if you have the attributes, you know, the initiative, the get up and go, and you could very much gain employment. So he worked his guts out for 2 weeks, and can you guess what they said to him at the end? I'm sorry, mate, there is no positions available, but thank you for all your hard work and endeavour, and if any position arises, we might get in touch. Well, did they get in touch? Well, yes, they did, all right. Only through his work coach, to ask him a couple of weeks later if he's up for another 2 weeks trial of slave labour, using his own money for bus fares or even taxis if he's working nights, with the slight hope he might get a position that doesn't exist. Obviously, he told his work coach he can stick the fantastic opportunity where the sun doesn't shine, and if you want to sanction me, go ahead. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So he told him where to go. So, Dr. Ben Spencer, Tory MP for Runnymede and Weybridge, maybe you should go back to these firms full of apparent leg swingers, you know, in the waiting room. Why don't they want to gain employment there? Is it because the pittance they're offering is so low to a point it's slave labour? Or are they just promising trialist positions that do not exist? And it's just repeat, rinse, so to speak, free labour. But anyway, what do you guys think? Let me know down below and I shall bid you farewell and take care, my friends.